Hi, it's Carlson here. Continuing to do my list counting down the best home video releases of 2024. At this point, we've arrived at my list of rankings for home video releases in box sets. So these are all box sets of multiple films that we're going to be covering here. They can be either 4K or Blu-ray, and imports are allowed. Without further ado, let's get started. At the bottom of the list at number 5, I have the ZAZ collection. Zucker, Abraham, Zucker. These guys were comedy geniuses when it came to the world of film, and this gives us 3 of their best movies in 4K. Airplane, Top Secret, and The Naked Gun. The latter of which was the only one that had previously been released in 4K. They're good-looking discs. We do get Blu-ray copies accompanying that have a handful of bonus features, and there's even some bonus swag like a nice booklet and mini posters for all 3 movies. Great comedies that I'm certainly happy to finally have in an ultra-high-def format. At number 4 on the list, I have from Arrow Video, the Mexico trilogy from Robert Rodriguez. This gives us Blu-ray versions of El Mariachi, Desperado, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico, as well as a 4K disc of Desperado. You gotta love Robert Rodriguez, especially in his earlier beginnings and everything that he'd eventually rise up to. It all started here with the Mexico trilogy, and there's a ton of bonus features on here as well, making this the definitive release of this trio of films. At number 3 on the list, I have Hellraiser, Quartet of Torment from Arrow Video. The Hellraiser movies, featuring Pinhead and his race of Cenobites, have become horror classics over the years, and here we get the first 4 installments in absolutely beautiful, gorgeous-looking 4K releases. Not to mention, as is par for the course with Arrow Video, there's a ton of bonus features on here as well. This release pleasantly surprised me, and even if not every single film in this collection is a masterpiece, they're presented here in the absolute best possible format. We even get multiple cuts of some of the movies. So once again, a very highly recommended release. At number 2 on this list, I have Frank Capra at Columbia. This features 20 movies on Blu-ray disc, plus 9 of them also appear in 4K format as well. You get a lot of the pretty big hits from Capra's career, including things like It Happened One Night, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, Mr. Deeds Goes to Town, You Can't Take It With You, and then a lot of other lesser-known titles from earlier in his career. All of this was like pre-World War II stuff, long before he made It's a Wonderful Life. There's a fantastic assortment of movies here. I'm still going through working on this collection myself, but it belongs in the collection of anyone who's a true fan of movies. And my pick for the number 1 home video release of the year, and it's the only import on this list, and that's Alfred Hitchcock, The Beginning. This is a Blu-ray disc box set released in Europe by Studio Canal that features restored versions of some of Hitch's earliest films, including both silent films and talkies. And the classic film Blackmail even appears in both formats. These are by no means Alfred Hitchcock's best movies, but it's interesting to go back and see the genesis of his career, where all of this launched, where everything began, and how this guy started to forge his name as a filmmaker. And it's a great premonition to everything he'd achieved later in his career. And there you have it. Those are my top 5 box sets of the year. How about you? What were your favorite multi-movie collections of 2024? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos, and make sure you give us a like if you found it helpful. I'm Carlson. I'll see you next time.